Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday, the 6th day of September. Today is National Coffee Ice Cream Day. That sounds good.
Okay.
I'd go for coffee and ice cream and coffee ice cream. Yum. It's also National Read a Book Day. What is the last book you read? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
It was a Harlan Coben book, and it's been quite a while ago because we have not had time.
Yeah, we've been staying quite busy.
Yeah.
Last book I read was like, I don't know, something from Dr. Seuss maybe. When I was like 6. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It hasn't been quite that long, but it has been way too long. And you'd think
I love to read.
You'd think today would have been a great day for me to have a guest that's like an author. I have one later this week, but right now we do have for today Dave Fishwick, and he is the person that the movie is about. The movie Bank of Dave. He actually started his own bank in England, and it was the first one in like 150 years. And I watched this movie. It's out right now. It is a fascinating movie, and I'm excited to visit with the real Dave Fishwick coming up.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Turns out that laughter really is the best medicine, at least for heart patients. Scientists in Brazil say that a simple chuckle is enough to expand cardiac tissue and increase the flow of oxygen through your body, providing exercise to a weak heart. So that's why I'm doing so well. I laugh a lot.
I laugh all the time.
In a study set out to prove that laughter therapy can improve cardiovascular health and ease symptoms of heart disease, they recruited 26 adults, average age 64. They've been diagnosed with coronary artery disease. Each week for 3 months, half of the group watched comedy shows while the other half watched serious documentaries. What happened? The group who watched the comedy showed a 10% advancement in the amount of oxygen their heart would actually pump, plus improvements in their arteries' ability to expand. Researchers suggest laughter therapy could be used for patients at risk of heart problems. So I love that.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's awesome news.
I try to make people laugh every day. Keyword is try. It doesn't always work. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that researchers are using computer simulations to determine the best conditions for human settlements on Mars?
Okay.
Yeah. The team at George Mason University have determined it would take just 22 people to establish a colony on the red planet. What type of person would be ideal for this endeavor? According to the simulations, which span up to 28 Earth years, agreeable personality types are best suited for the job, while neurotics showed the least capacity for adaptation. Really? So you're saying people who don't get along with other people shouldn't be a part of this?
Yeah.
But people who are more agreeable should be a part of this?
It's a good thing they did that.
I know.
There could have been a problem.
By the way, those are the same people who should be a part of everything and the same people who shouldn't be a part of anything. Just trying to save you some research dollars in the future. All right. We don't know everything, clearly. But now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Aaron Paul is ready for Netflix to pay up. The actor who played Jesse in Breaking Bad joined a group of his former co-stars, including Bryan Cranston and Jesse Plemons, on the SAG-AFTRA picket line. So they went online to kind of let folks know this is why we're here, this is what we're doing, all that. And it was a bad week for Dune fans, as Warner Brothers officially announced that they are going to delay the release of Dune Part 2. However, director Denis Villeneuve, I think I said that right, helped cushion the blow with some new comments about his plans for Dune Part 3. So, see how he did there? It's like, hey, we're not coming out with the one that you guys want right now, but we're going to do another one after the one that we're not doing right now. So shouldn't you do the first one first?
It's a little confusing.
So anyway, they've been working on this. Hinges on the success of the second movie. It's now scheduled for release March 15th of 2024. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. It could be a great thing for those who are a bit timid about needles. Heidi, do you like needles? Are you not a fan? Are you?
They don't bother me.
Like, so
I'm riddled in tattoos, so it's
I was going to
not-
just say that's one of the weird things. My brother Joe, he has tattoos from his knuckles to his neck, and he does not like needles.
Yeah,
Does that seem weird?
a little bit.
I thought so.
I don't like IVs. I don't like the
yeah.
needle to stay in me, but I'm not worried about needles.
I went in and donated pheresis, which is part of your blood, and when
Yeah.
they purposely make you kind of not notice the needle.
Yeah,
but I
'cause the
caught it out of
thing's
the corner of my
huge.
eye. I looked over. I'm like, "Well, you're going to stick that in me?" It's the size of like a coffee straw, maybe a little bigger than that, even between a coffee straw and a
Yikes.
drinking straw. I was like, "Wow, that's a pretty good sized needle." Anyway, back to the story here. Researchers at the University of California, Riverside, are working on a plan to replace your shots with a salad. So if you don't like needles, you can still get your shots, but you do it through a salad. Heidi looks
Oh,
confused.
that's weird.
Well, they plan to grow edible plants that carry the same medication as an mRNA vaccine. So the
Oh,
COVID-19
great.
vaccine is one of the many inoculations that use messenger RNA or mRNA technology to defeat a virus. They work by teaching the immune system to recognize and attack a certain infectious disease. So the UC Riverside team says that if they are successful, those are some key words right there, the public could eat plant-based mRNA vaccines, which could also survive at room temperature, unlike many other vaccines that have to be refrigerated. They are currently testing this using spinach and lettuce, and they say someday we could grow our own vaccination plants in our very own gardens. So there you go.
So they're going to make sure if you don't want this shot, they will make sure you end up with
Well,
it one way or another.
Then you just
So if you like salad, you're going to get this thing one way or another.
have a feeling Heidi won't be having salad.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today, Dave Fishwick, is from England, and he has his own bank, Bank of Dave, and there's a movie that's out right now about this true story on how he started this bank. Dave, how close to reality is this story?
Well, let me tell you, they used my own house in the movie, they used my own car, they used my own garage, they used my own Bank of Dave in Burnley, we used the Burnley market. There's one scene where Phoebe Denver, the big actress in Bridgerton who plays my niece in the movie, in real life she flew from the $100 million set in America to Burnley market on a wet Tuesday afternoon in the real Burnley market where it all happened. So we used a lot of the real places because it was so important that it was as real as it could be.
Dave, I absolutely love the story. I watched the movie. I'm glad they have the movie. For people who haven't seen it, let's explain what is the Bank of Dave and why do you exist?
The movie's the thing is, I left school at 16, absolutely useless. I had no qualifications whatsoever. I was a builder's labourer on $50 a week, and I went from builder's labourer then to now where I've built the first new high street bank for 150 years in Britain, And then Hollywood turned up and made a movie about it, which is not normal. Normally, when they make a biopic about your life, normally you're dead, but I'm alive. So that's a good start.
That is a good start.
The thing is, John, in 2008, my minibus customers were coming to me. Now, I have a minibus business. I started with one vehicle. I ended up becoming the largest supplier of minibuses in the country. And that's another story. But my minibus customers were coming to me in 2008 wanting finance for the buses, as they had done for many years. We build the bus. We send the paperwork off to a local bank. The bank pays for the bus for the customer. The customer gets the bus. Wonderful. Overnight, John, the banks just stopped lending to them. And I thought, have they not paid a bill? Have they got a CCJ? Have they moved house? But you know what? They've done nothing wrong. The banks just didn't want to lend to that sort of business anymore. They didn't want to lend to people who drive buses. So I thought, well, I'll lend them the money. So I did. And I lent them the money. They paid me back. I thought, this banking malarkey, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, perhaps I can help other businesses do the same, and I could start to lend to other businesses. And I thought, well, I'll open a little community bank. So that's how the idea come along. And we've now lent over $50 million to thousands of people and businesses across the UK. We've also helped people get the best rate of interest on the high street. We lend to people and businesses who can't borrow from the high street bank through no fault of their own. And the profit after the overheads are paid, we give to charity and we feed local feed banks.
I love it.
We feed local children. And that's what we do. That's in a nutshell of what the Bank of Dave is.
Well, I love the fact that in this story, and again, it's based on a true story, they did not make it easy for you to get this done, but you didn't quit. You kept on fighting the good fight, and you had some pretty cool friends helping you, like the band Def Leppard. Did that happen for real?
Well, Def Leppard, actually, the guys, before they become big rock stars around the world, they used to just live up the road from me. So when I gave them a call and asked them to be in it, they said, yeah, of course we will, Dave. They'd watch me documentaries. I made lots of documentaries here in the UK, and they'd watch some of them, and they wanted to be part of the story. And you know what? They were lovely, lovely group of lads. They were so fantastic. And when they came over, they were great fun. But you're right, the movie itself, 3 times the institution tried to put me in prison. The regulators, the big banks, they just tried to get rid of me. And even now today, they still dislike me with a passion, but the feeling's mutual, I just said to them, look, you need to get back to lending to the community. We need community banks run by the community to benefit the community and not the bonus culture. And if we go back to helping all your listeners in the community that they're in, if they're local community, all got together helping each other, we would get rid of a huge part of the problem we've got in society at the moment. And the movie, it shows me getting locked up, and that happened in real life. The big banks played some very dirty tricks on me, and Hugh Bonneville, who plays the big banker in it, who's a mega star in the world, and he said in the movie, he's not the right sort of chap. That's what they think of me, because I didn't go to the correct school, I've not got any qualifications, and I'm not a banker. As far as they're concerned, when I met the banker in real life, they said, what does your parents do? And I said, well, my dad has 2 jobs. He works on a farm as a labourer in the morning, and he fixes looms in the afternoon for a local mill. And my mum's a weaver. And he said, well, you're not from the correct town, you've not got the correct parents, and you've not got the correct qualifications. So unless you're in their club, they don't want you.
Well, I am really glad that you put up a fight and you made this happen. Not only the Bank of Dave, now there's the movie Bank of Dave. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The television was invented only 2 years after the invention of sliced bread. So when they say, it's the best thing since sliced bread, they could also be saying it's the best thing since television, because they, real close. Hey, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Most toilet paper sold at home in France for home use is pink.
I think I knew that.
I think we talked about that. Fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
Bullfrogs do not sleep. Yeah, they stay up all... So, if you ever need help with something at night, just call a bullfrog. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Lettuce is a member of the sunflower family. Well, that's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
St. Lucia is the only country in the world named after a woman. Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
I guess I hadn't thought of that. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Coffee is the world's most recognizable smell.
I love the smell of coffee.
I just got thinking about something. There's a country named Georgia. So there are women named Georgia, but I guess, it's not just a woman's name, named after a specific woman.
Right.
All right, there we go. I was going to just, call a foul, but I guess not. Several fun facts. Now, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. According to a survey on office etiquette, 93% of people agree you should not do this at your desk. What is it?
Clip your toenails.
Oh, close. Clip your fingernails. I'm assuming it's more than 93% agree on the toenails thing. If you ask that, it's probably almost a clean sweep at 100%. Maybe there'd be like 1% that go, whatever, it's your desk. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I don't even know if this is where this belongs, but I thought maybe. It might be the next Wordle. A new puzzle called Connections became available through the New York Times recently following a summer trial where it became the paper's second most played game right behind Wordle, despite minimal promotion. Connections, which also can be played on a desktop and a mobile version, is a word association game where players are presented with 16 words and they're challenged to group them together in 4 different groups. Players have 4 chances to solve the puzzle before losing. Easy for me to say. Connections showed up in the Times Games app and in the News app under the tab beginning recently. So, like I said, I don't know if this is where that belonged, but I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's weird news. Do you think that was weird?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I suppose it could have gone anywhere. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Google Flights have revealed the hottest winter holiday spots. Here are the most searched destinations on Google Flights this year. These are for trips departing from the U.S. from December 20th through January 5th. So we'll start with number 10. Los Angeles. Number 9, Paris. Number 8, Orlando. 7, Honolulu. 6, San Juan. 5, Tokyo. Now the top 4 places that people plan to travel, at least they're Googling it to see. So number 4, did we already do number 5? Tokyo.
Oh, no, we did not.
Number 4 is New York. Number 3 is London. Number 2, Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So those are like tied for number 2.
Okay.
And the number 1 destination that people are saying they want to go when it's cold in the winter in the United States, Cancun, Mexico.
Yep.
So we've been there many times. Fun place to go. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from W.C. Fields, who said, "A rich man is nothing but a poor man with money." You know what? That's not actually true because there are some rich people who are different than other rich people. Some are just poor people with money. Some are a whole different class. So I won't tell you which ones I like better. You have to give me a bunch of money and then maybe I'll tell you. No, that's not going to work. Okay. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Police rescue a manatee that was found in a net in the Chesapeake Bay. Now, first thing I got to say, manatees are not exactly beautiful creatures.
Right.
But they are God's creatures, and we love them. But they call them the cows of the sea. Is that what they call them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So,
sea cows.
Sea
Yep.
cows, yeah. So local authorities in this area, they saw a manatee was stranded in a pound net. I don't know what the pound net is, but Sunday afternoon, and this was in the Chesapeake Bay. The incident unfolded when a concerned paddleboarder reported this manatee trapped in the net. Officer Neil Gunter responded quickly, finding the trapped manatee in this net and freely swimming, but not appearing to be in distress, thank goodness. MPO Gunter contacted the Virginia Stranding Team to help assess the health of the manatee and devise the best course of action for safely rescuing the manatee. And they went through all of this and they figured out what they needed to do. Said, I was surprised to see a manatee up here. In fact, I didn't believe it when I got the call. It was too cool to see one in person, though. I'm glad that I could help in its time of need. That is what we do. So
That's
whether
pretty cool.
helping man or manatee,
Wow.
this officer came to the rescue. What? Me? What? No, Virginia Marine Police are the group that showed up, and they had other folks helping them. But I think that's kind of a cool story. And again, doing their good deed. The person on the paddleboard is the one that kind of started all the good deeds because they could have just kept paddling. They didn't necessarily have to tell anybody that, hey, there's a manatee stuck over here. And it sounds like the manatee was okay when they found the manatee. So who knows how long the manatee would have been okay.
You said manatee an awful lot.
I never get the opportunity to say manatee. So this manatee was okay, and then they let the manatee go, and manatee's happy. So,
That's nice.
time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Manatee. See, I got it in one more time. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.